Hi, America.
Annette.
Say hi, America. Well, this month we wanted to take you on a brief tour of one of the places that we've been working in here in South Africa. This is the township of Mabopane. It's about 30 kilometers from our home in Pretoria North, South Africa. This year we started a partnership with a new ministry called Pure Hope. And Pure Hope has a vision to train South African missionaries to begin addressing complex needs in communities just like this one. So the long-term vision that they have is to not just equip one team for just this township, but to really multiply their efforts across the country. So we're starting with we're going to start next year by training their first team that we're hoping to launch into this community at the end of 2010. Now, some of the areas that the team is going to be addressing, some of the areas of concern that they'll be addressing in Mabopane are things like AIDS awareness, as well as clinical support for those that are affected by the disease. Other work will be preventative work, in other words, educating young people on the reality of AIDS so as to prevent the spread of it. Another area will be leadership training for those who would like to start businesses, churches, or other nonprofits that would benefit the community. All of this, we hope, our team of South African missionaries will be able to address fully by the end of 2010, and we'll start in this township and hopefully be moving into many townships and other communities across the country. Well, as you know, we are getting really close to the birth of our third child, and we are going to be having video footage and pictures of the kids and the progress of the pregnancy coming up very soon. But this month we wanted to update you on kind of where we're at financially. We realize we haven't done that all year, and so even though we have our third kid is coming in January, we realize that's going to raise our cost of living here in Pretoria, South Africa. However, we've also been paying attention to the news, and we understand the global economy and what's going on with it, and it's crazy. So our commitment for 2010 is, even though we're adding a third child, we're committing to not increasing our budget. Now let me explain to you what we have going on with our budget right now. We budget $4,000 a month, and that covers our living expenses as well as our ministry expenses. In that $4,000 a month, we receive about $2,100 in salary. The other money is going to paying for things like ministry project costs, flights, travel expenses, and we're going to be doing a lot of traveling next year, so we really need to cover those expenses each month. So we need to be building up our general fund so that we can cover those expenses when big events come. To let you know, next year, the big traveling that we'll be doing is, it looks like I'll be taking a trip possibly to Kenya in May. And then again in July, I'll be going to Malaysia. And then next December, we are scheduled to be coming back to the U.S. for furlough. So flying a family of 5 from Johannesburg to the U.S. and back and covering all the expenses that you accumulate on a furlough, we have to cover all of that and really be building up each month. Now, this past April, towards the end of the month, we received in the mail a pledge card that put us right at 100%, like to the dollar. It was one of those miracle moments, and we were so excited, and we got to share in that as a family and really watched how God provided for our needs. And we thank you so much, everyone that's been helping us get to where we're at right now. However, just because we have pledged money doesn't always translate into actual dollars. So we've been coming in on average about $500 short each month. So just because we have the pledged money coming in doesn't mean we have the actual. So what we need to do is we're not going to be raising our budget needs, but we do need to fill in that gap. Because when you don't have $500 a month coming in, and you add a third child, that's going to really make things tight. So what we're asking is that people would prayerfully consider joining our support team. We're going to need to fill in that $500 a month gap in some way, shape, or form to make this really work next year. We really thank you all for considering that. We really thank you guys for the prayers this year. This has been a really hard year, as you've been reading in our blogs and our updates. And I don't think we would have made it if it hadn't been for your prayer support this year. It's been rough. But God's doing some big stuff, and we're really excited. As you saw earlier in the video, we got some big plans. God's doing some big stuff, and you guys are part of that. And we also want to encourage, the emails that people send, the updates that you send, that keeps us really, it gives us a lot of life to know what God's doing in your life, and that you guys would keep in touch with us. That really means a lot. So thank you for that. Keep it coming, and we're praying for everything that comes through. We'll be setting up some videos of the kids. Keziah's birthday party is coming up, so we're going to get video of that, and we'll have that posted up later this month. Hey, thanks, guys. We love you, and we will talk to you again very soon. God bless.